Hello and welcome back to the Martial Arts Edge. My name is Coach Larry and today we are going to be going over a figure 8 spin with the bow. So don't go nowhere, we're gonna get started. All right, so from the first time you pick up the bow, you're probably gonna wanna spin it. You've probably seen some cool martial arts movie where they're spinning a bow and you're like, yeah, I gotta do that. So you pick up your nearest broomstick and you end up breaking your mother's china. Don't do that because you'll make people upset. I am gonna show you the proper way of how to do a forward figure 8. So again, this is a bow staff. A good length, height, for your bow staff is anywhere between ear and the top of your head. If it's a little bit over, not that big of a deal, but if it's like 6 inches over, as you go for the down spin, it's gonna hit the ground and it'll bounce back up. I know because I have a beautiful scar right here from that same exact thing happening. So please make sure you are careful when working with a weapon. All right, so to do a forward figure 8, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a good grip, right palm up, left palm down. I want you to bring the right back to you, kind of like you're doing that side, right here. Now, the goal is we want to make this as fluid as possible, as smooth. But in the beginning, it's going to be choppy. So don't worry about it. We'll get to smooth. Right palm up, left palm down. From here, your right hand is driving the bow. And what I want you to do is I want you to think of this as the bow's coming forward and then crossing your body. And then it's going to come forward again, cross the body. Forward, forward. You're drawing 2 circles, circle with the bow, okay? Now the slower you do this, the better. Now notice my body. As I'm spinning, my body is turning. If I try to keep my body still and just do it with my arms, I can do it, but my arms are moving a lot. When I move, I keep my hands in the center of my body, okay? And then what I want you to do is notice how my hands are kind of being loose on the bow. They're loose. I want you to bring your hands closer together. Once you do this, it'll feel so much easier. Now my movements can shorten up, and notice how the bow is just flowing. My hands are almost touching like this, almost touching. I'm just nice and fluent. This is what you want with the bow. Fluidity, let it flow. Now from an angle, because sometimes watching it from the center, everything kind of gets blurry, right? But seeing it from the side, it allows you to really kind of understand the mechanics of it. If you watch, I'm just doing this motion with my hand. Right palm up, left palm down, bring it back. Right palm, right hand goes to the right shoulder. My arc goes forward, okay? Then it comes around my body and then it goes forward again. Now you see the forward motion of it. Forward, forward. This is why this is called a forward figure 8. Well, is there something called a reverse figure 8? Good question. Yes, there is. That's this. That's reverse. The exact same thing, but now it's going reverse. Reverse. We'll cover that in a later video. All right, so forward figure 8. Remember, nice and slow. See how my hands are just nice and fluent. This is what you want. Being fluent with the bow. Okay? Now, to gain speed, I bring my hands closer together. And because I'm moving like this, because my body is going side to side, I'm not going to get the hit on the leg. Because what I'm doing is I'm turning to where it can't even hit. I'm turning to where it won't even hit. I mean, unless I bring it in a weird angle, that's when it'll hit. So keeping the body rotating. Think of this as like a washing machine. If you do it like this, hands go to 45, 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 40. When you do it like this, you won't hit yourself. And that's That's how you safely spin the bow when you're moving. Because if I'm spinning, I have to rotate my body. If I don't rotate, I go right here. One, it's not as fluid, but two, man, when you hit, bam, it hurts. So don't do that, okay? Just turn with the body, and then slowly bring your hands closer together, and you'll feel it. And then now you get a nice fluent motion. Now, honestly, my right hand is doing most of the work. My left hand is just protecting it from hitting my head. And that's because you don't want this to come back and hit you. So it's just keeping it to push it and to accelerate it on the way down. Okay? So lots of tricky stuff to do with that forward figure eight, but it's not as hard. Just go slow. What'll happen is you'll start to do it and you'll be like, oh, I got this. This is awesome. This is cool. And then it'll start looking like this. Stop. Get back to it and make sure that you aim with one side of the bow. Going around, cross your body. Going around, cross your body. You can take a piece of tape, put it on the tip if you want. I think it's, just this side has the tape, totally fine. Whatever you want, whatever's going to help you focus on just one side the entire time. Okay? All right, so there you have it. That is a forward figure eight. It is an easy technique. However, we make it more complicated than we need to. We try to control it too much. The bow, you have to have a relationship with it. I always say that weaponry is a symbiotic relationship. If I try to control this, if you try to control your friends, they will revolt. Right? They will rise up around you and they won't listen to you anymore, and things can get hairy from that point on. So I'm not trying to force this. This has momentum and it wants to carry. All I'm doing is I'm allowing it to go in that direction. And just like any good teacher or any good friend, I'm going to guide it so that way it's not going to hurt me or itself. So that's how you work with a weapon. Never force something. You have to make sure that you're moving with your weapon. You and your weapon are a team. And hey, as always, if you found good value in this video, please consider smashing that like button. It really helps out a lot. And if you're not already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, ding that bell, so that way you get notified of all the cool videos that we come out with in the future. All right, so practice this, and I'll see you in my next video.